Enhancing your brand. How to use imagery about people with disabilities in your marketing and advertising. Thanks for your interest in this very important subject. My name is Pat Hunt, and I'm co-owner of DisabilityImages.com. Now, what is it that's important for you to know about people with disabilities? First of all, disabilities are not all the same. There are many different kinds. In this presentation, you will learn how varied disabilities really can be, how active and modern people really are, how lifestyle incorporates many facets of activity, and the quality and type of imagery you should use. More than 1 in 6 people in this country have disabilities and are therefore potential customers for your business. That creates an enormous marketing power. Millions of people with disabilities regularly travel, shop, eat out, and anyone with disabilities can be as stylish and also as modern. Your brand is what your company stands for, and your product should be the focus of the marketing, not the person with the disability, but you need to include people with disabilities as part of the general population. Using this imagery humanizes the person with the disability and makes them familiar and part of the general population. Because at least 20% of the population of the United States has a disability. We're living in an increasingly visual world. Using imagery of people with disabilities is timely because we are now celebrating the 25th anniversary of the American with Disabilities Act. There will be many celebrations and get-togethers in cities all over the country, so it's an important time for you to recognize this demographic of people. The Boston celebration included a parade on the Boston Common. So when thinking about how to portray disabilities, you can draw imagery from varying activities. Be aware of careers. Notice how many kinds of careers are really possible. Education. Notice how education plays a very important role in people's lives. Transportation. Getting around is possible now for anyone because travel is fully accessible. Home life. Home life is busy, comfortable, and fulfilling. Sports. Accessible sports of all kinds are available to all ages. Be aware of the importance of technology within the demographic of disabilities. As you can see, there are many new electronic tools that make life easier, no matter what the disability is. Things to remember when choosing your imagery. It's very important to know the difference between what is staged and what is real. Historically, image production companies placed an able-bodied person in a hospital-type wheelchair and tried to pass the picture off as a disability image. And needless to say, this does not work. Some of the ways you can tell the difference might be look to see if the caption describes a specific disability. Look to see if the wheelchair really is from a hospital when the scene is not. Look to see if the body shapes of the people look real. If not sure, the best way to tell is to read the captions and the keywords for the disability. However, very few image distributors give that information. Also, it's important to know what quality is. Is the picture a large enough file? Is it color corrected? Is it cleaned of logos and trademarks? Is it fully model and property released for commercial publishing? Is the scene real? These are probably the most important aspects of using imagery about disabilities is reality and quality. Also be aware to vary your ethnicities. In addition to this, vary the gender and the age and the lifestyle. Be aware of and comfortable with all kinds of body types. No matter the shape or the size or the strength or the agility or ability, there are all kinds of shapes and sizes of people in the general population. So it's important to do the same with people with disabilities. People want to be represented as they really are. Note, too, that there is a difference between non-visible and visible disabilities. Often with visible disabilities, you'll have a prop, such as a wheelchair, a cane, maybe a prosthetic limb or a service animal, a body type or a facial expression. When non-visible, these are not as easy to recognize. You may have a caption or an assistive technology, sign language, an expression on someone's face. Maybe they have Asperger's or autism or depression, a learning disability, or deafness or vision impairment. Some of these issues don't offer a prop, but they are important, and maybe you need to address these in the context of your ad. DisabilityImages.com is a commercial website that distributes and produces imagery, lifestyle imagery of authentic people with disabilities. What makes this a go-to website for imagery? First of all, the people and the places in the imagery are all authentic. The disabilities represented are real. The lifestyle imagery covers all aspects of life, and the captioning and the keywording describes each disability clearly. The imagery is all fully released as royalty-free with large top-quality files. So this is the place to go where you will get authentic imagery. If your branding is based on concepts, show positive concept imaging, happiness and success, power and determination, hopes and dreams, new and exciting. Other common concepts might be love, togetherness, strength and agility, modern and exciting. Branding with imagery of people with disabilities is about mental and physical strength and accessibility. It's also important to know what is politically correct when writing your text or addressing a person with a disability. Avoid focusing on the disability before the person. For instance, say person with a disability, not disabled person. Avoid phrases that suggest people are helpless, such as suffers from, challenged by, or victim of. Avoid using jargon such as physically challenged or vertically challenged. People with disabilities want you to know that their lifestyle is a norm. We solicit authentic people with disabilities to model for us in these pictures, and there are some things they have to say about branding. These are some quotes from some of my models. No one has a monopoly on what is pleasant to look at. What sells is when all can see themselves reflected back. Sticking to one body type is telling people that is who we are, when that is not who we are. I would like to see people with disabilities portrayed as athletes, artists, academics, and professionals. Show people with disabilities in ads in order to show that they contribute to the success of the company and the society. And most important of all, there are over 2 million amputees in America today, and along with all other forms of visible and invisible disabilities, we are not in the minority anymore. People with disabilities hold normal jobs, run businesses, raise families, support themselves, and are basically like anyone else. So abilities is the focus, not disabilities. Always remember the word abilities. This is the word to focus on. If you have any comments or questions, please get in touch with me, Pat at DisabilityImages.com. Thank you.